Is the Gyuto from Tojiro the ideal Japanese knife for you with a cheap price tag? That is what you will find out in this video. Hello guys, I'm Chef Panko and I work in a Japanese sushi and grill restaurant. Make sure to subscribe to my channel for more knife reviews. This knife has a brush finish. It has a filled tang with a reinforced laminated plastic on top of the wooden handle. This knife is called Fujitora, which is basically a Tojiro knife. Fujitora is only sold in Japan and the Tojiro is sold outside of Japan. They are basically the exact same knife but then with a different logo and name. This knife is balanced at the bolster. This will make the knife a little bit back heavy, but this is dependent on your gripping style. Since the knife is so light, you won't feel any difference in the balance point no matter what gripping style. The profile of the Gyuto is a lot straighter than the traditional chef's knife. This is something I personally prefer over the rounder profile, especially if you are preparing for the Japanese cuisine. You can still use this knife for rock slicing just like the traditional chef's knife. It performs like a traditional chef's knife but then less durable, but a lot sharper. The blade width is around 4.4 cm. The blade cutting length is about 21 cm. The spine thickness is 1.8 cm from the back and 0.6 at the tip. This means that the cutting performance of the tip is sharper than the heel of the blade. The handle is made of wood and it has a filled tang. The handle may feel like plastic, but that is because they reinforced the wooden handle with laminated plastic. The handle feels smaller in your hand if you compare it with the classic handle of the Wusthof or the Zwilling. The handle has no fish belly curve to make it feel better in your hands. It is just a traditional Western style handle that will suit most people. I prefer the pinch grip at the bolster, but this knife is suitable for any gripping style since there is enough knuckle clearance. The edge under the bolster is a bit sharp, so if you are using a pinch grip at the blade, then you might feel some discomfort. The spine has no sharp edges, so you can also use a fingertip grip without discomfort. The durability of this knife is good, but keep in mind that this is a Japanese knife. Unlike the Western knives like the Wusthof or the Zwilling, you can't chop through hard bones or frozen food. If you use this knife to prepare Western food, you need to keep in mind that you can't treat this knife like a traditional chef's knife. If you use it like a traditional chef's knife, then this will result in a chipped blade. Therefore, it is important to learn the Japanese knife skills. If you have been in Japan, then you will notice that all the chefs there, especially when they prepare sushi, use a fingertip grip over the Western pinch grip or the fist grip. This has to do with the Japanese knife skills and why the knives need to be extremely sharp, unlike the Western chef's knife that is less sharp but more durable. The edge retention is good and definitely better than the Wusthof, Zwilling and Global knives. It has a Rockwell hardness of 60. It is tough, has good rust and stain resistance. However, the VG10 steel is more brittle than an AUS 10 that has the same Rockwell hardness of 60. The Tojiro is a very good knife, especially for the price that they sell them for in Japan and in North America. The price of the 8.2-inch Gyuto is around $60 on Amazon. Unfortunately, the price of $60 is only for American customers. That is pretty much the same price as they sell them for in Japan. The price in Europe is completely different, which will make the price around $120. That is double the original price. So if you can get this knife for around $60, then I highly recommend you to buy this knife. It is absolutely worth your money. And if you are in Europe, I suggest that you look for a different knife since the price is almost the same as all the Japanese brands. If you want more knife reviews or you want to know how to sharpen your knife, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching and I see you in the next video.